it's Lindsay. Welcome back to The Wandering Reader. Today I'm going to be talking to you about all of the books that I picked up in February. So it's not a particularly large haul. I only have 6 books, so a modest book haul, shall we say, but I am excited about them nonetheless, so let's dive in. The first 4 books that I've got to show you are all books that I picked up in my local supermarket. So I was just having a browse and these ones came up as ones that had been recently released and I was really interested in them. So the first of those is The Choice, Even in Hell Hope Can Flower by Edith Eger. And this is a non-fiction book that is about somebody's experience in Auschwitz. And there have been a lot of books that have come out recently centred around this kind of idea, which is kind of, yeah, is intriguing, I suppose. I'm not really sure what the significance of that is. Maybe I'm being a bit stupid and you guys can let me know down below. But I don't know, just some things, lots of things have come out recently. So you had The Librarian of Auschwitz, you had, what's the book that I read? The Tattooist of Auschwitz, and a few others have come out kind of along those lines. This one is about 16-year-old ballerina Edith Eger. She's sent to Auschwitz in 1944. She's separated from her parents. And she endures unimaginable experiences, including being made to dance for the infamous Joseph Mengele. When the camp is finally liberated, she's pulled from a pile of bodies barely alive. And then I think mostly it's about her experience after that. So yeah, I've loved books in this kind of vein. You know, the horrors of that particular time. Captivating is the wrong word, but you know, there's that sort of sense to it that it's horrible reading stories like this, but at the same time you can't help yourself. I think that kind of makes sense. Maybe it does. Anyway, yeah, so I picked that one up. Next I picked up A Noise Downstairs, and this is by Linwood Barclay. I own pretty much all of Linwood Barclay's books. This one though intrigued me because the cover is very different from all of the other books that I've got from him. They've all been in a very distinctive style, and then this one is very different. So I assume it's a thriller like all of his other books are. I've not really read the back or anything like that. I just saw it and I decided to get it because it was Linwood Barclay to add to my collection. I haven't read a book by him in a while, so I really should pick one up soon. But yeah, just the whole reprinting, rebranding thing intrigued me. But 2 other non-fiction books here, and the first is The Language of Kindness, A Nurse's Story by Chrissie Watson. This won the Costa Prize for non-fiction, I would assume, and it's a book that I talked about in a Book Buzz video last year. So this is sort of in the vein of the Adam Kay book that I read, which is called This Is Going to Hurt, and that was about his experiences as the junior doctor, or like training to be a doctor. And this is obviously about a nurse and her experience of being a nurse in the NHS in the UK. So I'm really even more intrigued by it now that it won the Costa Prize, and so I picked that one up. And then the other non-fiction book that I got was Strangeways, A Prison Officer's Story, Life Behind Bars with Britain's Most Notorious Criminals by Neil Samworth. So Neil Samworth worked in Strangeways, which is a prison in Manchester, and it's a notoriously hard prison to work in, or like a tough prison to go to sort of thing. And he's basically writing about his experiences when he worked there. I don't think he works there anymore. It says, yeah, as staffing cuts saw Britain's prison system descend into crisis, the stress of the job left Sam suffering from PTSD. Yeah, so this raw, seemingly honest memoir is a testament to the men and women of the prison service and the incredibly difficult job we ask them to do. Being a prison officer is a job that I cannot imagine ever doing, and so you know, you've got to have the utmost respect for these people and the things that they go through. I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. So yeah, when I saw this I was just so intrigued by, you know, that idea of what is it like then, you know, and you know, hopefully this is going to give me a really good insight into, you know, what life is like in prison, for, you know, from the perspective of a prison officer, obviously not from an inmate or anything like that, but yeah, and just kind of like prison life, you know, how tough it is, like that kind of idea. Really, really intrigued. And then the last two books that I've got to show you, I placed an Amazon order for a new doorbell actually, and needed to make up the money to get free delivery, so I bought a couple of books that I'd had on my wish list for a little while, and the first of those is The Siren by Kiera Cass. This is Kiera Cass's standalone novel, and it is about I think it's like a little mermaid retelling, and it's a romance story. I read her Selection series, I think I finished that last year, and quite enjoyed it. This is the only other book that she's written, I believe, so I was quite intrigued to pick that one up and add it to my collection and sort of see what her standalone novel was like, so I got that one. And then the other one that I got was The Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julia C. Dow. This is a book that Doris from All the Books read recently, and I think she's read the second one, or maybe she hauled the second one recently, but she's definitely read the first one and she says some good things about it. So this is a YA fantasy story set in the Orient, you know, the East. So yeah, so I kind of picked it up on her recommendation. She doesn't read an awful lot of YA. She reads some fantasy, but not like a wide range of fantasy. So I thought it was interesting that she really enjoyed it and recommended it. So yeah, had it on my wish list for a while, decided to get it. So there we go guys, they are all of the books that I picked up in February. A small haul this month, that's becoming a bit of a trend, but you know, I'm still really excited about all of the books that I got, and I do have to be careful with what books that I'm buying, which is why I'm borrowing more from the library now, just because, you know, I don't have the space to add an awful lot of books to my collection. Plus, you know, it's nice to be able to borrow from your library and support your library and things like that. So yeah, so I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments below. Have you read any of these books? What did you think of them? Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.